Hello, welcome to Tips Tuesday. I'm Red from Red's Gone Green, and I wanted to come to you today and talk to you about one of my favorite essential oils, which is lavender essential oils. And I'm holding a dried English lavender bundle that we sell, and it smells so good. Lavender's like, it smells so good. So I wanted to come on here today and explain some of the benefits and uses of lavender essential oil and kind of explain what exactly is lavender essential oil, where it grows and all kinds of fun stuff like that. So if you have any questions, I'm sure they're going to pop up somewhere. I'm new to these lives here, but ask away if you have any questions or comment below and I can get back to you on them. But first, what is an essential oil? It's actually an oil that comes from a plant, like an herb, like lavender, or a fruit like an orange, or even a bean like coffee beans. We have a coffee bean. I found a coffee bean essential oil that we make our coffee cleaner from, and it smells so good. So it's basically like if I were to grab a lavender little bud right here, they're kind of flowers, and you kind of rub it between your fingers, you can smell it. It's more potent. So it's the oil that's extracted from the plant, and there's several different ways of extraction, but distillation, to distill it from it, especially steam distillation, I'm not saying that correctly, to steam distill it is one of the most popular ones. And so it depends on the plant, and it depends on who is bringing you the essential oil. So lavender, at least the one that we use, the lavender essential oil that we use in our cleaner, is this steam distilled, which is the most popular method that I have found out for essential oils. So lavender, the Romans used to bathe in lavender, and so our word lavender comes from the Latin word of lavare, which means to wash, and that stems from the Romans that used to put lavender in their bath. And so, like you would expect, not only does lavender smell good, it also has a lot of different benefits from it. I wanted to talk about the different kinds of lavender, because there's not just lavender. Like when I first started this whole journey thing, I thought, it's just lavender. But there's lots of different kind of lavenders. When I started looking into buying the oils, my supplier had I just opened my eyes to how many different lavenders there are out there. And so there's French lavender, which is probably the most popular, I think. That's kind of where you hear a lot from. Obviously it's grown in France. French lavender is a sweeter, more floral. We use a lot of French lavender in our cleaners. I'm also familiar with the South African lavender, which is more like a camphorous smell. If you smell, it's interesting when you smell the different oils where they're different from, because you can tell. It kind of sounds weird that lavender would be camphorous, but if you smelled it, then you'd be like, so it still has a sweet lavender smell, but more the camphorous takes over in your South African lavender. There's a Bulgarian lavender, which is more of a sweet kind of floral lavender that you would think of for lavender. So French and Bulgarian are more your sweet ones. There's also a Greek lavender, which I'm not real familiar with. I've never smelled the oil from Greek lavender, but they say it's more of a mild kind of lavender. And so it's interesting when you have the different lavenders from the different oils from the different origins lined up, and you smell them, and it's just interesting that you only think lavender, but when you're like smelling where they're all from, French versus Bulgarian versus South African, you're like, there's just little nuances. And another thing on that, a lot of people will say, well, this lavender's better than that one, and you should buy this essential oil because their lavender's the best, and different, and there's kind of some friction between essential oil users, which essential oils are better. And while there is some merit to that, when you're looking at essential oils, there's so many factors that go into what the smell is. One being obviously where it's grown, but another thing is what's the climate like there, what's the weather like in that particular lot of lavender that's grown, how is it harvested? I mean, did you have more rain that season, or was it hotter? There's just all different kind of factors that go into what a lavender smells like, the different lots. So it really depends on, just a lot of different things in nature. And so when people say, well, this lavender's better than the other one, well, they might just like the French lavender smell better than like the South African one that's more camphorous, or just depending on the nose. So it doesn't necessarily mean the lavender's bad. It just means it's a little different because it's grown in a different place. And I'm sure, I don't know all the different essential oil companies out there, but I'm sure some of them put several different lavenders in a same bottle. I don't know if that's a common practice, but it would make sense to me that there was. And of course that would change the smell as well. One thing to look for on your essential oils is the origin of the essential oil. So if you're wanting a sweeter, more lavender scent, then look for one that comes from France. If you don't know where it comes from, that you might want to look into that oil company a little bit more, or do a little more digging to find out where's this lavender, or where's this whatever oil, where was it grown, what's the origin of it. And so that way you kind of know what you're getting with. All right, I have some notes because we have a lot to go over, but I'm going to try to be fast, or try to go over it all. But I love talking about essential oils, so I can go on for days. Anyways, lavender essential oil is one of my favorites, and it's also been said that if an aromatherapist were stuck on a desert island, they could only take one oil with them. It would be, you guessed it, lavender. It would be lavender because it's so versatile. Not only does it smell good, it's safe to use around kiddos. It's safe to apply directly on your skin, which not many essential oils are, but lavender is one of them. It's got antiseptic properties, antibacterial properties, antimicrobial properties. It helps you to calm and relax. A lot of people make pillow spray, lavender. That's why they say if you're having a hard time sleeping, put some lavender on your pillow. It'll help because it just helps relax the mind and the body. And it just smells really, really good. It also repels mosquitoes. So it's just got a big versatile uses, lots of many different uses and benefits to it. So I wanted to give you guys 5 or 6 ways, practical ways you could use lavender essential oil around your house. And the first one would be to take a bath in it like the Romans did. But I would do 1 to 2 drops of the oil in your bathtub, and your bathroom's gonna smell so divine. And just take a bath in it, and it's so relaxing and so good for your skin and so just good for your mind. My second is to make an all-purpose cleaner. Of course, it would be to make an all-purpose cleaner. You can make a simple all-purpose cleaner. I would just get a spray bottle. I'd put some water, preferably distilled water, in it. I'd probably fill it up all the way, and then I would put 3 to 4 drops of lavender essential oil in there, and you have a very simple countertop spray, kind of all-purpose cleaner to use every day, and use it all over your house, and even use it as an air freshener or a linen spray as well. So that's my second way. So use it in a bath, use it with make a simple all-purpose cleaner. Another one would be, I love this one, but put 3 to 5 drops of lavender essential oil on the bottom of your dishwasher. So like, after you put in your soap, don't put it in the soap compartment, but the bottom of the dishwasher, after you pull out the trays or whatever, you put 3 to 5 drops in there. And then when it's starting to dry the dishes and the steam comes out of your dishwasher, lavender will fill your kitchen. It smells great, smells really good. You can also apply it directly to mosquito bites to help relieve the itching, and also apply it directly to burns on your skin. I do this a lot if I burn myself cooking, then I'll go grab some essential oil because it helps relieve pain, and it'll help heal the skin a little faster from that burn. And then finally, to make your own linen spray, kind of like your all-purpose cleaner, with a linen spray, I'd add probably some witch hazel or maybe some vodka or something else in there, just help diffuse it a bit more, and you can spray it on your pillow before nighttime. We have a lavender vanilla pillow spray that we use that's really yummy. The sweetness of the vanilla helps with the lavender. And then we have a couple cleaners. Our biggest selling scent it's the very first one that I created. It's the lavender vanilla, because lavender is so very yummy. But I don't think I have any questions. But if you do, comment below, let me know. And I'm going to try to do more essential oils teaching, or just share my knowledge about them, because they're so wonderful and they're so great. So lavender essential oil, awesome. Make an all-purpose cleaner, put a few drops in your bath at night for a relaxing bath. Make a linen spray for your pillow. What else did I say? Oh, add it to your dishwasher. It's one of my favorite uses. Make a simple all-purpose cleaner. And I think that's it. What's great in kids' rooms is to drop a couple of drops on their pillow. I do that a lot for my kids sometimes. And I put it on their pillow, and not on like where they're laying, but just so they can smell it, and helps them sleep better and sleep through the night, hopefully. Anyways, so I hope you join us next Tuesday at 1:30 for Tuesday tips. And if you have a tip that you would like me to go over, then comment below and let me know, and we'll see you next Tuesday.